I joined on September 7th, 1961. So last week was my 62nd anniversary of joining.
And my father passed away unexpectedly in 1971. And so my brother Jerome and I, this was a kind of an after-school babysitter for Mom. And we got dropped here a lot and spent a lot of afternoons and weekends here. And it was an escape for us, an escape for Mom, and it was a nice, safe place with a lot of quality leadership and people to keep an eye on us. And
I became involved in the girls' club in Knoxville in the mid-70s. I was a latchkey kid, and it was something that my mom and dad enrolled us in to give us something to do in the summers.
Probably the fall of 1980, I was in the backyard with a buddy of mine playing football. His dad came out and said, "Hey, we're going down to the boys' club tomorrow to try out for a basketball team. You want to go?" I said, yeah, I'll go. So I came, and it really started just with the game of basketball. I'd never played before, and got involved with the club through basketball.
I actually got involved with Boys and Girls Club when I was just a youngin'. I'd say I was kindergarten, and I started going to the Boys and Girls Club over at Caswell.
I got involved with the Boys and Girls Club because my mom and I, we've had an abundance of conversations regarding community and understanding that, although she's away, the Boys and Girls Club is like a second home, a safe haven. So that's really how I got involved. And then after she started taking me, I got locked in ever since.
I actually, honestly, just needed a daycare at that time. I didn't have anyone that was able to take me home, and I did not enjoy riding the bus home and being home by myself. So we looked into different clubs, and my mom found Boys and Girls Club.
My older cousins would go to the Boys and Girls Club, and at the time I was too young to attend, but they would sneak me in until Mr. Ernie Brooks would catch me, then he'd make me call my ride or walk home, or they had to take me home.
Well, I got involved because my mom worked, and she needed a place for me to go after school and during the summer. Not sure how she heard about the Boys Club, but she did. I still remember coming in, signing up, smelling the chlorine when we first walked in, the wood shop smell, all those different things, and meeting Miss Rowland, who was the front desk person who worked the front desk and did all the registration. So
we were new to the area in '89, or we had moved to Halls in '88, and we were going to the YMCA for a little bit. And then we moved out of Halls into Knoxville, and my mom was looking for daycares, but did not have any money. So didn't have a lot of money to pay for a daycare. So,
well, at the time, it was a product of a single parent home. We moved around a lot, and it was in this area. Lived in Western Heights for a little bit, and then moved to the Broadway Hotel that I think is still in existence. And it was a quick trip, and that's a place I could be, and that's that's where I spent most of my life, is right here, actually.
Well, it gave me exposure to a lot of people that, again, being reared in Paint Rock, Tennessee, my two cousins were the only other kids I knew in the whole world. And all of a sudden I'm up here with a bunch of active, aggressive young men. But it was an experience that came at the perfect time in my life.
Attending the Boys and Girls Club really taught me to interact with different people. I think growing up, I interacted with the same people most of my life, and I think with Boys and Girls Club, it was more so of a melting pot.
in 1961, 1962, 1963, this was in the middle of the civil rights movement. But we were playing black kids, white kids. A lot of adults could learn a lot from kids because we had no issues at all. We were just playing together. We had none of the issues that they were facing during that day. We're just a bunch of kids that just wanted to have fun.
I think if adults get out of the way, kids can figure things out. We learned toughness. We learned unselfishness. You know, we learned honesty, discipline, all the things that the set of values, if you will, that I've carried through life.
I think for me, Boys and Girls Club was the melting pot, coming from inner city, going to predominantly black schools. When you came to the Boys and Girls Club, you had a melting pot of everybody, all different races, ethnicities, and backgrounds. And for me, going out into the real world, when it finally opened up for me going on jobs and going to college, it already prepared me for that, to be able to have different conversations and feel comfortable just in general around people. And so for me, that's what Boys and Girls Club did.
But I think what the Boys and Girls Club did for me was it showed me that growing up in Fountain City, there were no black kids in my neighborhood. And when I went to Boys and Girls Club, that's the first time I got to play with or meet any African Americans. It showed me that they had feelings and they acted just like we did and participated the same way. And it became a valuable life lesson. I learned to trust African Americans that I developed there, and that was a big part of my life.
I think there's no better teacher than your peers, and I think it's important to be in a group of people. I think the most important thing it did for me is it put me in a culture that was positive, was proactive. I mean, your mom might tell you not to do something, but when a peer tells you not to do something, it really stays home.
Well, obviously, the combination of the Boys and the Girls Club was a big event, and I was happy and proud to be a part of that. And I guess what I think is really important that's occurred here at the club is the homework programs and the programs that help the kids learn about life. The life skills program, how to do a checkbook, how to do a bank account, things like that. And those are programs that I think the club has really done a great job at.
But the thing I really love about the Boys Club, one of the reasons that I continue to be such a big supporter of the Boys and Girls Club, is the evolution of what it has been. And it was like I say, when I was here, it was somewhat of an after-school care almost, and a place to go do stuff to stay out of trouble. And now it's the difference in teaching skills and quality of life and visions. And I mean, it has morphed into a much greater need in our community than what it even was then, even though it was important.
So I've seen the Boys and Girls Club program evolve through my association with it, from kind of a member to now as the principal. Just kind of, it goes far and wide. It provides any resource a kid would need. It's not just a program where you would go and play sports. It's a program you would go and learn life skills from, I've seen it here, cooking to, the pool here, swimming lessons, just life skills, organizational skills.
I have definitely seen programming evolve big time. So just take, for instance, when I speak of my times at Boys and Girls Club, it's all basketball, it's all sports. But now, through the work that I do now with this workforce development program called Youth Force, we get the opportunity to expose students to things outside of their realm. So it may be we're offering an opportunity in welding, cosmetology, culinary, engineering, anything IT related. We can do those things, and I didn't have that as a kid.
But what I see is more community oriented. It's not just sports. It's after school. It's helping with nutrition. It's helping with so many things that has evolved into helping the all-around child, because more nowadays than then, I think there's just one parent household and you're learning more. You might have a mentor here. You might have someone to teach you about life a little bit more than just showing up after school. It's more about the well-rounded person now, from nutrition, from mentoring, from things that really matter in a child's life that they might be missing at home.
Some of the things like the career pipeline, and it's gotten, I guess, more sophisticated maybe. It's gotten, from a program standpoint.
I think some of that evolution really has come around the way the world has changed through technology and education. Those are the two big things that, as Boys and Girls Club, we focus on. And also around getting, kids and teens ready to graduate high school, to be ready to go to post-secondary school. What does that look like? Is that a technical training opportunity? Is that a 4-year, 2-year college? And so now with Boys and Girls Club, we try to make sure that we encompass all the touches of a kid that they would need.
We didn't have computer labs back then like they got now. We didn't have as much curriculum assistance as we offer now. It was more of a place to play and hang out where our parents knew we were safe. But what we're giving these kids today, wow, I'm so proud to be a part of it, and I'm really proud to be a part of our 80th birthday.
Technology has been a big thing that's moved the club forward, and that of course changes by the minute just about. And I would hope that the technology, the club continues to grow with that, continues to expand services to more boys and girls in outlying communities.
I think today, when we talk about that, those timeless elements are still in play, much like they were in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. The methods and the programs are different to deliver the timeless elements, though.
It was a long, hard journey to get it to where it is now, and this building is absolutely beautiful. It's unbelievable what has become of it.
I am Marcus Jackson, and I am BGC.
I am Sam Farah, and I am BGC.
My name is Tim Irwin, and I am BGC.
I am Max Stallcup, and I am BGC.
I am Jaden, and I am BGC.
I'm Celine Hughes, and I am BGC.
I am Cindy DeBus, and I am BGC.
I am Seth Smith, and I am BGC.
I am Xavier Bridges, and I am BGC.
I am Denzel, and I am BGC.
I am Rennie Taylor, and I am BGC.
I am J.R. Hill, and I am BGC.
I am Jerry Burnett, and I am BGC.
I am Trenton Johnson, and I am BGC.
I am Linda Four, I am BGC.
I am Bailey Hatmaker, and I am BGC.
I am Ron Stevens, and I am BGC.
I am Mike Capps, and I am BGC.
My name is D.D. Lewis, and I am BGC.
I'm Taylor Green, and I'm BGC.
I am Alan Williams. I am BGC.
I am John Lee, and I am BGC.
I'm Jeff Jarnigan, and I am BGC.
I am Homer Anderson, and I am BGC.
I am Elliot Stroop, and I am BGC.
I am Bart McFadden, and I am BGC.